And joining us now, as the vast majority of our guests do these days, by phone is Dr. Elena Black, proprietor of Appalachian Orthodontics. Dr. Black, good morning. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So first, something we've been asking our guests, with the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, it's changed a lot of people's lives, awful lot of people not going to work anymore, under stay-home orders, not going to school. How has it changed your life and your practice?
It really hasn't changed a lot. We're already doing a lot of stuff remotely from when we first started. So the only thing that really changed is instead of seeing my patients in person, I just see them virtually on the computer.
All right, very good. So let's talk about some of the technology you use, and you've adopted a lot of this early on. And so tell us about when you first consult with someone and you get that first scan.
So last year when SmileSnap became available last summer, we went ahead and introduced it in our practice for new patient consults. So what new patients do, they go to our website. There is a small SmileSnap widget on the bottom right corner of the screen, and all they have to do is just answer a few questions about what they're interested in their orthodontic treatment and their goals and stuff, and then they just take 5 easy photos with their instructions of how to do that, and then we get notified that somebody has posted pictures and is ready for a virtual consult. Then we take it from there, and I look at the pictures and diagnose and treatment plan, and then we reach out to the patient by email and phone and discuss about their goals and what treatment we recommend and which appliances, fixed, braces, Invisalign, and then we take it from there.
And we should note the website is lynchburgorthodontics.com. So when someone is first going to get the appliances, and these are what you use to adjust people's teeth, is that the one point where there is any kind of in-person visit required?
Correct, yes. So once we have decided what our goal of the treatment and stuff like that, there is an in-person appointment because we need to take x-rays to evaluate the bone and, the inclination of the teeth and the jaw bones and stuff like that. And then we also have to do a 3D scan of the teeth because appliances are very custom to each person's teeth. So that one records appointment in person has to happen. Of course, we can't do it while we have this COVID closure, but we do talk to all of our new patients, and we are going to schedule them as soon as we open. The delivery normally is in person, but we do have Invisalign patients that we scanned right before we had that records appointment, right before the COVID-19 closure happened. So for these patients, we're able to customize the Invisalign treatment to where there is no need for in-person delivery of first trays. So these trays, we can give them to the patient at our back door, kind of a drive-through. We have a ring so the patients can ring when they're in our parking lot, and we just go out and give it to them without them actually entering the building. And for the first few weeks while we're closed, their treatment can still progress.
And so if you've already had the people scans, they can go ahead and start. And even if people get into the pipeline now, everything taken care of, then as soon as all of these restrictions are lifted, you can get them into the office and get them started with their appliances.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I want to
We
ask,
have several team members working remotely to help with this process.
will people even notice that if they are calling in to talk to someone?
No. Actually, when we opened the practice 8 years ago, I chose to use voice over internet telephones. And what that does is it's 4 of us now that we have unplugged our phones from the desk at the office, just plug it at home on our internet router, and when somebody calls, they have no idea. Our phones work exactly like they worked when our desks were next to each other in the office. We call each other on the extension, so I can see from home who's on the phone and which line is busy, so we can help each other to pick the phone. If we see that the phone is coming and somebody's already on the phone, we can go ahead and pick up the second phone coming at the same time.
Speaking with Dr. Elena Black, Appalachian Orthodontics, here on the program. And I take it, as long as you have the information on file and you don't have to do the, as you say, the goop impressions anymore, like the old days when I had braces. Say you've got a patient and they have some sort of a mishap with an appliance, they lose a retainer, something like that. I mean, can you simply go to the information you have on file and order them up a new one and send it to them?
Yes, absolutely. This is, again, a great technology that we implemented 8 years ago. We're the first practice to have such a 3D digital scanner. Back then it was the first generation. Now we have the third generation of the scanner. But we just had last night, mother texted us, a patient from November 2018 got her retainers and they broke. So I just went on our iCloud, downloaded the files of the teeth and just sent them to the local lab and contacting them today. They received it. They're going to make the retainer. They're going to deliver it to the back door, ring the ring and let me know that they're there. And then I just text the mother and say, hey, the retainers have been delivered. Please go pick them up. And I don't even have to be on site at any point for this. We've had another one last week. It seems like with the COVID, there's a little bit more breakage than normal and a little bit more dogs eating the retainers. Understandably, I think we all sit at home and eat a little bit too much, so the retainers are out of the mouth and the aligners of the mouth a little bit more often than normal. So, yeah, we can do that with Invisalign. Trays that have been broken during this time, we can just order a replacement and have them delivered without really much contact.
And then let me ask you something else. Part of what you do is, I think you call it dental monitoring. So as people progress, they can just use their phones and take pictures of their teeth and send them to you?
Yes. That's another technology that came about in 2017, and that's exactly when we introduced it. It's called dental monitoring. It's an app that each patient downloads on their phone. We give them cheek retractors. There is a special retractor to use so we can see the teeth really, really well. And we have most of our aligner patients enrolled in that. So again, we've been doing this for years. Our patients are used to doing this. We text them. It's an automatic process. This dental monitoring uses artificial intelligence, so they get a notification on their app when it's time to scan, and then we let them know if they're ready to change to the next tray or not, and that all depends on how much they've been wearing the tray and stuff like that. So it's very customizable to each patient because they don't change the tray until each tray is doing its job. Of course, the dental monitoring patients didn't have to change anything in what their delivery of care was happening before this started.
And as long as you can get a signal, I guess this works pretty much anywhere in the world. It seems to me, I recall speaking to you about a patient that you had who was a helicopter pilot with the Forest Service or something. He was out in the middle of nowhere in some national forest and is still able to do the dental monitoring to keep up with his treatment.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all over the world. As long as they have internet, we also have students at Liberty University who go home for Japan or China for summer, and they use dental monitoring all the time. So I can monitor them weekly, more often than the patients that don't have dental monitoring because they don't come into the office every week.
Between that and these SmileSnaps, awfully good technology, makes things a lot easier on your patients. Are you the only outfit in the Lynchburg area that has that? Do other orthodontists have it?
To my knowledge, before this started, nobody had the dental monitoring and the SmileSnap, but I know that most practices are going to go to that. A lot of my colleagues all over the country and all over the world are looking at introducing this teledentistry technologies.
Yeah, but then they're going to be playing catch-up to you. You've been using it for some number of years.
Yeah, and it's not just me, it's my team too. I have a wonderful team. Once the team gets trained, it's a great help for me. So again, we're all remotely and still they're able to help with these virtual appointments. I mean, I've had for the past 2 weeks over 150 appointments. So
wow,
it's
awesome.
A lot.
All right, and so if you as a listener, you want to learn more about this, go to lynchburgorthodontics.com, and you can get yourself started. SmileSnap with Dr. Elena Black at Appalachian Orthodontics. Dr. Black, thank you for joining us this morning.
Brian, thank you very much for inviting me.
Absolutely.
Y'all stay safe and keep smiling, and God bless.
Yes, we'll be right back.